Yes. This DJ will kick the floor in 3, 2, 1.
On the troll.
Hello and welcome back to Mzansi. We're back again. It is that time of the night where we have to talk about what is happening on the streets. Hey, zenzeka izinto on the streets. But ke ngoba nina nifuna ukuxoxela nganye ngaleyo nto nifuna ukuxoxela ngayo. Sometimes siyama. Kodwa there is a lot happening. People are shooting people and you know a lot of things that are happening. But look, man, we decided today, good members, good leaders, hello Linda, Nitube, we decided to come out here and be the one to tell you that, officially, it seems as if Sibia has been now suspended.
Yeah, it's official. It's breaking, but it's not. It's been how many hours now? Well, General Sibiya has been suspended with immediate effect for political killings task team interference. Those were the headlines today on Sunday as we were chilling and we got to see this news that, he was questioning this in his court proceedings and it finally happened. It finally happened.
Now he must go back to court again and try to find a way of dealing with the situation, which is now totally different from what he was facing.
He was being placed on, one would say, forced leave. And he didn't want to be on that leave. He wanted to return to work. So Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya has been suspended with immediate effect over allegations that he undermined investigations into political killings task team in KwaZulu-Natal. Recall that he was accused by General Mkhwanazi of taking dockets that were actively being investigated by the political killings task team, and he decided, you know what, under the instruction of the police minister at the time, he had said
claims.
that.
I mean, we don't know what the minister is gonna say.
But he had also said that General Fani Masemola is the one who gave him the instruction, and Fani Masemola said, "No, I did not."
No, I'm saying, it has the minister actually affirmed what has been said by Sibia in saying that he's the one who gave the instructions such as that?
Well, he said he did not do that. Remember, he released a letter and a report.
So it is still allegations from Sibia.
He faces 4 misconduct charges, including allegedly instructing that the political killings task team case dockets be withdrawn without authorization, which delayed crucial investigations. Sibia, who lost a court challenge against the instruction to stay at home, claims unfair treatment compared with other officials. Now, there comes a part of the story where he feels like he's not being treated the same way that the other accused generals in the SAPS. Remember, there was another case happening that was being investigated by IDEC of corruption, and General Kumalo of crime intelligence, and that whole I think there were 4 or 5 accused that appeared before court, and they were also being accused of appointing a 29-year-old woman as a brigadier. So he says that he's not getting the same treatment. In fact, he included this portion in his arguments when he presented the case last week to say that he needs to go back to work. The instruction to stay at home by General Fani Masemola was a public power dispute. It was not a labor matter. It was a public power dispute. And he needed to go back to work. And he said that he had not followed procedure by instructing him to do that. In fact, he requested even 3 judges to hear the matter and applied for it in an urgent basis.
Urgent basis.
So the stay-at-home order issued by Police Commissioner General Fani Masemola to his deputy, Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya, has now been upgraded to an immediate suspension due to allegations that he undermined investigations into political killings in KwaZulu-Natal. By the way, this story is coming from City Press. Sibiya has been on leave of absence following the explosive allegations made by KwaZulu-Natal Provincial Commissioner Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, and Sibiya challenged the leave of absence imposed by Masemola in court but lost this week. Sibia indicated that he would be appealing the ruling to the higher court. Did you hear that, Mr. Anonymous? I actually covered this in that video that you were telling me.
Yes, I hear.
So he said that he will be appealing the ruling to the higher court.
He will be appealing
He
for
will
what?
be appealing.
I mean, now it's even more complicated because now he has been
Granted the suspension. He was questioning whether this was a suspension or what.
And that is actually, I think it's going to be easier for Fani Masemola because he can just say, we were doing our investigation.
In what has been seen as upping his ante, Masemola served Sibia with the letter of suspension on Friday.
Yes.
So apparently was given this letter on Friday, citing 4 separate charges of misconduct relating to alleged interference with the political killings task team between January and July this year.
Yeah.
According to the suspension notice, Sibia stands accused of, number 1, giving instructions that the case dockets of the political killings task team in KZN be withdrawn from the task team in the province to the Divisional Commissioner, Detective and Forensic Services, which was, one would say, his department. And this document states that these instructions resulted in the investigation of these case dockets having been hindered or delayed. So all those months that they were there where General Sibia had left them, they are saying that because of that, the cases that were supposed to be investigated were hindered or delayed and were allegedly done without the knowledge and or authorization of the National Commissioner. As we heard before, Fani Masemola said he did not instruct him to do such a thing. When he came back on leave, Sibia had already started with this whole process of disbanding the political task team. In fact, he even went to KZN to collect the dockets, under whose instruction Masemola says, I did not give him that instruction. Masemola's notice details that Sibia allegedly contravened multiple sections of the South African Police Service discipline regulations, including charges of defeating or attempting to defeat the ends of justice. In the letter, Fani Masemola wrote, you committed acts of misconduct which detrimentally affect the image of the SAPS or bring the SAPS into disrepute.
As he was saying that he's not is avoiding such.
And involve an element of dishonesty by acting contrary to the instructions of the National Commissioner. Contrary to the instructions of the National
Insubordination.
The charges relate to what the document describes as acting contrary to the instructions of the National Commissioner relating to the winding down of the political killings task team. Remember that he had said that there were phases of shutting down the political task team that Masemola requested from General Sibia on how this was expected or supposed to happen. He wanted a report of that whole taking down or disbandment. And General Sibia, what had happened, he didn't come up with it, or he came up with something that was not practical. according to Fanima Semola, that you can't just shut down like that. It needs to be staged out in phases. And it seems like General Sibia couldn't provide how those phases were supposed to happen.
He just went on and closed.
Yeah. So, as part of his suspension conditions, Sibia has been ordered to immediately hand in his appointment certificate, access card, state equipment. This includes his firearm, laptop, and cell phone.
They're disarming. He's gonna say that disarming.
Under parallel investigation. They are running parallel investigations. You're not supposed to be running parallel investigation. We're all waiting for the Madlanga Commission.
Why? It's moving. This side it's moving. We're not going to wait for Madang. It seems as if we're not going to wait for Madlanga. It's not. That thing is too late. We're dealing with the situation at hand right now.
You know, in that previous video, I was asking why not spend this amount of time and energy to prove your case, you know? Because that money that was spent on that court case, But anyway, maybe he's got it like that. You know, you never know. You can't measure a person's pockets. So the suspension notice confirms that while suspended, the powers and authority vested in you as an employee shall be held in abeyance. Those BR remain subject to police discipline and must be available for disciplinary hearings. So this is where the process of the disciplinary hearings begins. The Political Killings Task Team was established to investigate the wave of political assassinations that have plagued KZN, particularly affecting local government councillors and ANC members in recent years. Now, Sibia's suspension represents one of the most significant disciplinary actions taken against a senior SAPS official, and I feel like it is a first, you know, besides General Kumalo and the crime intelligence co-accused. It's a big one. I think the last time we saw something like this was with Jackie Sleepy back in like 10 years, over 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was Jackie Sleepy.
Highlighting ongoing tension within the police service over the handling of sensitive political investigations. Sibia had been allowed to make representations on the 25th of August before final decision to suspend him was taken. So in court papers, Sibia said Masemola's decision to instruct him to stay at home was that he had been treated with inconsistency and bias. This is the part now where he starts comparing himself to how he's treated versus the crime intelligence accused. So he's saying that the commissioner has sought to create a false impression that he was treated the same as the other three major generals that he cited as comparators. The suggestion is belied by the plain text of the letters that were sent to the comparators. So Sibia told the court that none of the comparators were instructed to stay at home and await an entire investigation process to be completed as he was told. I have also been seeing a lot of many protesters who are saying that in fact there were rumors and allegations after that court appearance of the crime intelligence people with General Kumalo, saying that they were immediately had gone back to work after that court appearance. In fact, in court, Gutiwa rumors are saying that they are asking to go back to work, to return to their duties. So it seems like this court case hasn't really shifted them from their job and their job responsibilities that much.
But I mean, the basis in which they are charged, they are totally different. I think the other one is there is a turmoil within. There is a fight. That there were things that were done that could be attributed to someone insubordinating someone or someone. You know, there were a lot of things that were done by by Sibia, and when he was questioned about them and how he did them, he contradicted himself
a lot.
In this case of, for example, the others that they are dealing with the cases that they are charged with by what? By not by SAPS.
IDEC.
They are charged by IDEC, right?
Which is from the prosecutor's office, the National Prosecute NPA.
Yes.
There's the
IDEC. Yes, I covered the IDEC. Yes. The group, is it the group that was created for such special cases like that, apparently, where I was actually found skeptical about it because of how it is formed and perhaps how it seeks to source the money when it comes to funding it.
From donors.
From donors and all that. I questioned that about the IDEC. You would remember there is a video of that when Emily was sick.
Yes.
So those are the things that you have to look at. So these are different situations. It seems as if now you are saying Masemola is supposed to act where else he feels that there are no boundaries that were broken by the people that are charged by the IDEC from his side. You are saying he must apply the same logic. Then when there are boundaries that he feels they were actually broken by you when you were told not to act on something and you acted on that thing, and the way you acted, it seems as if you were following other than your boss, you were following instructions from somewhere, you know. That is how it seems like.
And another thing we also have to think about is that the crime intelligence, they're being accused of corruption, and they're also being accused of making that 21-year-old a brigadier. And they're being investigated by IDEC.
Yes.
SAPS in itself has not launched an investigation against them.
Yes.
So if Sibia felt that there's enough evidence
for him to actually launch, he could have done that himself.
He could have done that himself, right?
But now that time has lapsed because
now he's suspended and everything has been confiscated. The cell phone and the everything is being confiscated now. Laptop, firearm, appointment certificate. Even if he does launch investigations, I mean, under whose instruction will he be doing that? He's just like the rest of us now. He's a civilian.
He is going to try to stop this suspension because it is rendering him weak in a sense that now you can be investigated further.
Oh, yes.
You're bringing all the resources of the state. Now you can be investigated further. And that is a situation that you don't want to find yourself as a deputy commissioner, who I think had a lot of intel when it comes to other stuff that can actually, I don't know, I'm just thinking, it's a smart move from Masemola, if you ask me, just to investigate freely.
It's funny how he waited for him to go to court and be done with court and
uttering such. It's like you triggered.
You should have just stayed at home. You should have just stayed at home and find a way that you were going to defend yourself against these allegations. I feel like that's where most of the energy should have gone to. Because now everything is gone. Appointment certificate, firearm. And then now that in the court they had said that his security was not taken away and he was claiming that it was. So after that court case and after the suspension, does that mean he still has that security or what?
Why would you have security if they are taking your firearm? For starters, I mean, if they are taking your firearm, they are saying you're an outsider now.
Uyifanele nathi manje is a civilian.
Yes. So we are fighting a battle not within. So there is...
Mr. Anonymous, your mic is on.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it was not on. We are fighting the battle not within now. You are fighting the battle outside, from outside, because you are suspended. So the security is probably gone also. I mean, the fire, starting with the firearm, the security, it's part of the security.
And Sibia told the court that none of the comparators was instructed to stay at home and await an entire investigation process to be completed as he was told. So this is with reference to the crime intelligence people. The National Commissioner has not explained why he invented a different process for me, but that's the thing. They are not being investigated by SAPS. Wasn't there somebody who could tell him this?
It's lawyers. Your lawyers should be able to draw a reference to what is relevant to the case that they are representing you on. But if you speak like this, then I would say maybe they are not clear maybe with you, or maybe they are clear. They just,
or maybe they're executing what he's telling them.
Yeah.
Just like that, without questioning it. Hey, it's tough being a lawyer, ne?
It is tough. It is tough. I mean, you have
because
to.
Some people.
You are mandated.
Like, wait a minute. So why are you comparing yourself to people that have not been investigated by the same bodies? So he's also saying that he wants to know why they invented a different process for him outside the discipline regulations and why he was treated differently from the 3 comparators that he cited. The decision therefore falls to be set aside, said Sibia.
Already, in my opinion, you can already see that there is a fight between the intelligence, the SAPS, and there's a group, which I would say it's be a group maybe, that is also fighting within. You can tell.
Yeah.
You want to be treated in this way because of 1, 2, 3. So there is a feeling that Masemula is covering in my opinion, is covering the intelligence team and Mkhwanazi. And then these ones are on the other side. There's that feeling, which then begs the question, if then you go outside and then you hear people talking about Fani Masemula and Peggy Tele and everyone else that they mix him with, which begs the question, you know, I cannot shake this question off of who is who in the zoo. You know, there are foot soldiers who are not police, but they are just people who are claiming to be making sure that our interests are served also properly. But you ask yourself a question when you see who they are attacking. We are not saying these people are immune, but you have big bosses here that we suspect who are bagging on these people. And that is Fani Masemula. That is, in my opinion, that is the intelligence itself. That is Mkhwanazi. And you have people who consistently are pushing, saying that they want these people to be arrested. We are not saying they shouldn't be arrested. But whose soldier are you? You know, those are the questions that we keep on asking. You know, when you read some of the things that these people say, you start asking yourself questions that whose soldier? And then you start reversing everything back and how they have been selectively, in my opinion, some of them reporting. You know, how they have been selectively choosing who they gun for. Like, it seems as if unlike Paul Dolez.
Who's Paul? Oh.
Like Paul Dolez, you know, it feels like they only attack you if you don't answer their calls. Or if you don't accede to what they say do. This is my opinion. I've been observing like a lot, people who are feeling aggrieved by the fact that so and so did not answer 1, 2, 3. Those are the things that we look at. Usuqala na ukubona manje ngenye indlela ukuthi no man, there's something wrong here. And I asked this question at some point, ukuthi, what is capturing that? Isn't it capturing, Emil, when I say, I need you to move. I need you to answer my calls anytime when I call you. And I need you to look at the things that I give you all the time.
As if I don't have other things to do.
Yeah.
Now it's like you're dictating how I do my work.
Yes. That's why we don't take people's gifts sometimes, certain gifts. Because what
you're being captured in advance.
You are being captured in advance, as Mohoeng said. When someone plans something, then they start coming to you with certain requests that are funny. Then you now as Bonel would know, I'm being told now to do these things, whether I like or not. Uncle Nice, thank you very much for gifting Miss V membership, and Miss V, welcome to membership site. Laura, thank you very much. Cheers to Sibia for being, and I'm not gonna read more. Uncle is saying, please guys, let's celebrate this suspension subscribing. Well, subscribe guys, subscribe. And then Lindy Obembe, thank you very much. God bless you. God bless you all, guys. Yeah, those are the things that
I
small
even shared in that video how I thought maybe he's onto something. Maybe he has a case. I mean, the confidence of even requesting 3 judges. It's like, hey, it was such a bold move. I'm like, hey, maybe he does have a strong case,
Maybe he does have a strong case. Obviously, you cannot write that one off. But I feel, South Africans, some of them are tired. When we keep on hearing your name in some of the things,
embroiled in
some of the things, and then you ask yourself, Gucci, hey, but also, I man, that's when we start questioning your integrity. We are not saying that is the case, but some of the people already feel that, hey man, maybe we need a refresh button.
Hey.
Because the people that we trust, this is the situation that we're facing right now, where there's a fight, there's whatnot. If there is a fight, by the way, unfortunately, we cannot just say some of the things, but yeah, Connor, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good.
And speaking of Begitele, I'm not going to go too deep, ne? But now, News 24 is releasing damning allegations, some serious stuff. I was reading was it yesterday?
Yes.
They were talking about a new person now who's intertwined with Vusmo Siket Matlala. And it's Morgan Maumela. The name is Morgan Maumela.
Yeah.
And it is said to be the president's cousin from the first, not cousin, nephew from his first marriage.
Yeah.
But then the president in parliament said he doesn't know that person. And then...
What are the odds?
And then now you hear that there were 10 missed calls on the day that Vusimo Siket Matlala was arrested. This is News 24. Another thing is that Beyikele apparently allegedly had a meeting with Ket Matlala at one of Morgan Maumela's properties in KZN Zimbali. I think it's a hotel.
Yeah.
they're saying that Bekikela allegedly had a meeting there with Vosimos Kedmatlala. Yabo. So, political task team
has been called
is the one behind Vosimos Kedmatlala and investigating and eventually arresting him and finding him.
But yet, this is where I had a problem with how the spider web was drawn.
Initially. The fascism.
Factions.
Yeah.
You know, that is the case. And then someone somewhere, sitting wherever they're sitting, they come here and they say, Mkwanazi is seemingly on the faction of Ele and everyone. You know, that is how other people analyze this and Masemul. You know, I've said this before. When Masemula is like, in my opinion, a sick person who's got nothing to lose. I'm not saying he's sick. He's not sick. I'm just saying it's like a sick person who's got nothing to lose. You know, when you know you are going to die on this day, either way, you just start doing things. Perhaps he was hired on I don't know. You know when they hire someone that they think is empty.
Oh.
You know, it's like he was hired because they thought, here was Zenzela. You know, that's how it feels like. And then,
because remember how I used to make comments back when we still had the Minister of Police showing up at every crime
you would
scene.
see a minister speaking, and we would even ask, why is the
commissioner's
like the
voice
issue
sound
of
like?
AKA?
Yes,
he was just a quiet person, a very quiet person.
He would just stand there at the back and not say anything.
And then we see him smiling with the people around. Then that's it. It's all done. But now he is moving, and you know what pains most people, in my opinion, is he's still moving silently, nicely. You won't notice him.
You can't read him. You don't know his next step. You can't tell what's going to happen. That's the thing, and I feel like a lot of them undermined him.
That's my thinking. When initially, it's like they probably thought, this one, bring this one. You know, in politics, they say, this one is empty. Bring that one. We'll feel whatever that we want to feel. That feeling is not happening. You know, that's my feeling. It is not feeling this feeling. So, Lomuntu now is acting. And the way he's acting is making people crumble. Because when Stole was kicked out, remember how Tifo narrated the issue of Stole.
Yes.
And what actually could have gotten Stole to be kicked out. Those are the things that you now start to actually visualize when you see what is currently happening. So there is resistance, in my opinion, and it is not welcome. You know, there has been smear campaigns that normally wins. They are not winning because of the situation and status of South Africa at large. That is the problem. People have, you know, when you put people in hunger, you are actually giving them time to start investigating and looking at things differently. You know, when you give them work, they are mostly occupied. So they take what comes from mainstream media and they eat it up. But now the situation that has been unfolding in South Africa of people not being employed. So they are more and there are more your other media mushrooming. People now are starting to dig.
Yes.
People now are starting to, they don't just listen to you when you say, hey, this one is corrupt. When they say, hey, bring that thing, now they say, okay, you are saying it's corrupt, bring that thing.
Yes, want to see the receipts.
Because in reality is that when Mkwanaz came out, people thought some of these things can actually help us be able to work and get work. If we can uproot the problem that is looked at as probably crime, then we can be able to find our jobs. You know, we have addressed some of the things that are being done, in my opinion, to South Africans. And then South Africans are looked at as these people who don't want to work, which is a lie. Which is a lie, in my opinion. That is not true. It is a
lie from the pits of hell.
Yes. So people now are aware. They don't take what you just give them. You don't say, oh, this one is a criminal. And then they're like, this one is a criminal.
Back then, people
hungry.
had jobs. People were busy.
They were clever blacks. Even clever blacks are changing.
They're like, I'm on my own business. I go to work and I come back and I relax and I do whatever I want to do with my spare time. And when we saw the news on TV, headlines,
and then you're like, you fly with that. You're like, this one they say is a criminal. Fanima Semura, they say he's a criminal. Okay. Mkwanaz, they say he's a criminal. Oh, change him. You know, now it's no longer like that. It's no longer like that. And also, whether we like it or not, there is a bit of political influence behind, in my opinion, that you can actually see. There are some of the things that police of Johannesburg would be able to do, but KZN police, they'll be dragging their feet, like the march on march thing. They really do not care about such things that much. As long as you adhere, you do the right thing. They KZN police, they don't care about those things. Then you find Joburg police, they are hands-on.
Yeah, they fight those ones. They will fight against South Africans at every opportunity.
They are hands-on. They are hands-on. They would bring vans and everything. Isn't this the same SAPS that is infested
by a van whenever a crime has happened in the community? They're saying we don't have vans. There's an emergency. Now a person has just been attacked. You know, we need help. There's a house breaking. But we said, no, there's no van. But then, whenever these other organizations go and just stand at clinics and stuff, they come with a lot. They come out in their numbers. There was a march at Coronation that was broadcasted. There were so many of them.
We are heading to that country. What is that country that was beating their ministers?
The president.
Nepal. Nepal. I'm telling you, South Africa is divided, yes. But there is now something that is making us speak in one voice. Slowly, we are heading there because we are now all hungry. You know, it's no longer the issue of KZN is hungry because the president is not from KZN. It's now everyone is hungry.
I saw news anchor of ENCA, Dan Moyan, saying that, you know what, he hasn't had water since Thursday.
Yes.
He's saying, I don't owe Joburg municipality anything. I pay my bills.
Yeah.
But since Thursday, I haven't had water.
Well, welcome to our world. Now, we pay. We don't owe anyone anything, but we've been suffering like that.
It's good that you water shedding.
They call it throbbing. Is it what? Throbbing water? What?
I call it water shedding. I'm sure there's a name for it that is different now, but I'm still traumatized from last year when they just decided to cut off water on a random day. And little did we know that we're not going to have water for 2 weeks.
Tell it as it is. You see, if we were to start talking about what is happening on the clinics, Some of us, it affects us personal. Some of us have lost people just because there's no medicine, or just because of queues. So it's easy to speak when you are far.
You have medical
when we are forced now to actually put our mothers under our wings, medical aid, we still feed them. Remember, unemployment is hard to such an extent that I'm the only person who's working at home. Do you understand?
But you can't let your mother
I can,
from 5
on
o'clock
top of
in
that,
the morning.
I pay tax proper, but I can't have my mother go to public hospital.
Queuing from 5 a.m. in the
If you have never done that, if you have never taken
on a
journey
winter day
and went to hospitals, you will not understand. You'll think we are inhumane. But the reality, and we talked about this, the reality is that other countries, they do undermine our system. They do abuse it. And it's a fact. I mean, whether we like it or not, we are not fighting, we're not saying, but it's a fact. It is a fact.
I'm sure you guys have seen.
People come here to South Africa. We still pay tax. They don't pay tax because how does a person who's illegal pay tax?
That's what they've been told. They mean VAT for buying.
So it's difficult if you have not lost someone because of such. I have, but I'm not angry at anyone. It's okay. It's okay. I do pay tax. And I believe that if I can be given my tax, I can be able to cover everyone at home from my side. If they can say, we're not going to tax you, take that money, pay medical aid, I can be able to cover my family. And it's a fact.
The Sunday Times today came out with an article, and they're saying that public hospitals and clinics across the country are under huge strain, with many unable to fill critical vacancies or buy essential equipment and supplies. They're under strain.
Exactly.
They're under strain. I know some people who are in, I wouldn't say health itself. Most of these people that are speaking like this are politicians. But if you decide to speak to a normal nurse who's strained,
who works there, the ones that we come across,
they will tell you.
They will tell you the truth.
Just go to a clinic on a random day and have a conversation with a nurse, or just ask. Then you'll get a true picture of what's going on. If you haven't done that and you're just going to try and tell South Africans, oh my God, you guys.
Mina, what surprises me is that
I don't know what to say.
What surprises me is that there are people who are making content from other countries, like Nigeria. I saw this other lady who was saying, I'm in Nigeria. I think she was sick with something. She had to pay.
Yeah, you have to pay.
She had to pay.
South Africa, I think it's the only country where
she had to pay. And when we are talking about these things, oh, you guys are crazy. You cannot gaslight us at this point in time, guys. We are talking about unemployment. We are talking about issues. In KZN, we are told, I cannot speak about these things, but there is a hospital that specifically decided to hire.
It's public information now.
So that it can hire certain people.
Yes.
A hospital is supposed to hire people who are in South Africa. We know we have a supply of nurses in South Africa, but they cannot work.
You saw our young doctors striking, begging for jobs. Who would have thought to see young people who studied 5 years or more?
If we tell the truth about politicians, it's fine. But if we tell the truth about the other stuff, it's not fine. So I mean, I'm not going to work like that. If you think that at this point in time, this content at this point in time is not the one that you want, okay, leave this one out.
Yeah, you don't have
But
to watch it
I cannot speak
and lie.
and
They want us to be grifters. They want us to say what they want to hear at a specific moment. People who do that are grifters.
yeah.
You play a character. You want us to play a character. I can't do
pretend
that.
oh, okay,
I have to share my lived experience. Otherwise, I'd be phony and fake, and I can't do that.
So we must speak the facts, because recently I've had to add my mother on my medical aid because I saw what happened, and I don't want it to happen again. My mother does not have a kidney. You know, I saw what happened. You know, so you can and I can tell you, it's a fact. It's a fact of when you look, 60% at most of these hospitals, 60%. It's not South Africans.
It's not. We don't want to lie, guys. It's not. It's not. And if you are feeling like it's a lie, please go to any clinic where these civil organizations haven't
I went to Joburg, Rahima Musa, check there. You know, they have a new strategy. They go to clinic and come through clinic. You go to give birth there, you take yourself there. We are under search. They come through emergency. Where do you come from? I just moved now to South Africa 3 days back. You are already giving birth.
Yo.
It's a fact, guys. We cannot lie about it. It's a fact. It's there. It's there. So
for me, I think
So what happens to that woman from South Africa who's supposed to get a C-section quickly? Now it's emergency.
They will treat the emergency first. It's the laws.
Yes, it's the laws of South Africa.
Health
yes.
Department that in the hospital an emergency is treated first. So if when you arrived in your car and you were in labor pains, they're going to put the one who came with
So what, should we suffer because some people, you know what I normally say? Because people will say, you guys have company. Close them. If they are not serving the purpose of the country in that country, close those companies.
Yes.
Don't close them.
Yes.
No one's good. We are not saying there is no trade. Trade must be there. But that situation, Oguti, these ones must suffer more. No, man. Come on, guys. We need to fix those things. Let us fix it. So that we speak properly. But sometimes, people speak just because some of them get donors and sponsors.
Yeah.
And then it's good because you're getting sponsors. But to be honest, when you sit down and listen and see people suffering from the townships and everywhere, that's when you realize, but honestly speaking, if we don't solve this issue, we are going to end up killing each other. And
it's only then that they would want to do something, and then by then it will be too late.
Yes, we will.
While now people are crying and no one cares. Other people are being prioritized over others, and others are feeling the strain more, but they're being ignored. And then the next thing, when there's something that has erupted that's beyond their control, just get it solved as soon as it arises. Find a way to navigate. Find a way to solve the situation so that people that are in the country are happy. Make them happy. But nobody wants to do that.
We are at that state where, honestly speaking, I've tried, I've tried speaking. And then we get people like, tell it as it is, saying that first of all, when you complain, guys, first make it a point that the hospitals do not employ foreign doctors. Then you are able to say you have empowered yourself. Heban.
What is he talking about?
I think what is trying
There
to say
are
is that
foreign doctors
we
who are
do
working in
that we
hospitals.
remunerate properly,
Bakhona from Congo,
that we pay properly,
some are from Zimbabwe, some are from
and they are paid
Kenya,
properly.
some are from
Like when you work for America, you companies in America, you are paid properly. You know,
they're paid.
We don't say work for free. They are paid.
And by the way, before you even start practicing according to the law, you have to write some form of exam.
Yes.
So you can't come with a whatever system. There's some kind of exam that they're made to write.
Yes.
And then they go and work in the hospital.
And it's
so
a
at
choice.
least that's the impression
it's a
that you were
choice.
given.
There are other countries. All countries, they do take doctors.
Yeah, they do. There are some South African doctors who are in Australia.
Regarded as a scarce
there are
skill.
some South African doctors who are in America, who are in the UK, Australia. Some are in China. I recently saw someone who was saying that they are a doctor in China.
Yes.
So you they do exist, but does it mean that the whole of the continent must propagate in one country?
Just because we even have professors. I was taught in mathematics by a professor from Nigeria, the other one was from Congo.
Yeah, I did have a lot of African lecturers.
We pay them. We're good. We don't have any problem with them. We pay them.
There are many in the academic institution as well. So I don't understand. What is the comment saying?
That there are doctors who are from Africa who work here and whatnot.
But that's not what we're talking about.
No, we don't have a problem with that.
We're talking about the health system being put under strain to such an extent that the citizens of the country are being disadvantaged. They can't access the healthcare system as they should. No one enjoys watching their grandmother waking up at 5 a.m. to go to the clinic to fetch medication. Pregnant women should not be queuing from as early as 5 a.m. Just to get their treatment. It's not normal. Okay, those are not normal circumstances. That's all we're saying. And for saying that, we get people like that who come.
Yeah, they're like, oh,
come on, guys.
Tell us if you don't, guys. Mina, if you support me just because you think I'm a flip flop.
This thing is out of control. It's really, really bad. It's beyond control, and it's clear that perhaps it was done silently without the rest of the citizens being made aware of it. And now the citizens are feeling the pinch. And they're still silent. They're not doing anything about it. But the citizens are speaking. And that's what matters. Are you going to listen to them or not?
The same thing as that, what do you call that rule? What do we call it? Whatever that has been said now by the Constitutional Court. That's not us.
The woman,
that
a woman can now give a man a surname.
I can tell you for free. I don't stand for that. And a lot of people, if we were to take a survey now, we don't stand for that. Our politicians, they know what they're doing.
So I heard some people making arguments that this does not apply to customary marriage, it applies to civil marriage. But there are some people who do both marriages, customary and civil marriage. Akir. They are there. Proportionately, most people prefer civil marriages. And they do civil marriages. I'm sure the stats for civil marriages is much higher than customary marriage. They do it for various reasons. Asset protection, preventing each other from taking polygamous marriages without permission, things like that. You understand? So there are a huge majority of black people who do get married under civil marriage.
So to tell it as it is, one thing for a fact that there is nothing wrong with expressing yourself. Okay, I'm saying you are complaining that local doctors are out of employment. Then why do you? Okay, I guess why do you hire foreign doctors? That's exactly what you are talking about. It's a system, bruh.
It's a system that has been
it's
made
a system. It's made that way. It's a system. For what good reason? Lord knows why. But us, not us.
It's a system
It's a
that has
system.
been
It's
made.
there.
Agreements are made without telling the citizens or the public. They just go on, make their own arrangements, and then the next thing we know, I get you even saw during 2020 there were Cuban doctors. Who still remembers that? They had to bring in doctors from Cuba. Were we consulted before that? No, they just brought them in. So stuff like that happens, right? But then it's come to a point where now our children are being put at a disadvantage. And when we speak, people are saying we are wrong for speaking.
Yeah, we are.
You can't have a South African child not be able to practice health in a clearly overwhelmed health system,
You see,
but they can't get work.
You see, while you say that, I'm gonna remind you of Malcolm X, slave in the house. That's what I could say if you say fight the system. It is easy to fight the system if there is no slave in the house. House slave. And that is the problem.
Those are the most
dangerous. The problem that we are trying to uproot now is house slave. And it happens that it's our people.
Yeah.
Do you understand? It becomes very difficult to fight the system if there's a house slave because you are always divided.
True.
Right now, we have our African brothers and there's us. And the people that are making us get into this, they are far. Before you reach them, you need to go through our African brothers.
Yes.
And sisters. And it's a fact.
They've provided the cheap labor that they want and want to exploit. So they've made them the barrier.
So that is the problem we're facing. So the system is going to be fought again. It's not an issue. You know South Africa is capable of doing that. But at this point in time, how they are coming, it's not through them. It's through just dismantling the system and making sure that we suffer.
And another
and
thing
we are
that's
isolated.
not spoken about enough is how you open yourself up for exploitation when you leave your home country without proper documentation. My recommendation would be apply. Try to make sure that when you go to another country, you go with your proper papers. Because when you don't have them, this is what they want. They want exploitation. Look at those Chinese that had just
Yes, we were talking about
open yourself up to be exploited, and I think that's what they want. That's the form of cheap labor that they would rather have.
Exactly.
And
the one that when you
that
make
cheap
noise,
labor because
when you
you're
make noise
surviving.
and say, "Hey, this money is not enough," they say, "Chief, we will report you." What are you gonna say?
They do that to them. They're saying, "Oh, we're gonna call immigration on you. You'll be deported or you'll be arrested." There was a controversial thing that I remember one of the controversial bloggers had covered regarding a certain celebrity. I'm not going to mention her name because then people will feel like I'm the one making the story up. But they had opened a hair business, right? And then the person who was making the wigs is from another country. They called in to the bloggers thing while he was still hosting there at X. And then he was lamenting about how he lost so much time and so much money. He revealed that this celebrity is fronting for 2 people that live abroad, and they had housed him in some form of a factory setting, and he was working on wigs, different types of wigs, and he would do them from scratch. You know those little pieces on the lace? He would start there. He would weave them from scratch, and when they came out, they looked beautiful, they looked natural, and they were banging. And this company made a lot of money at the time because it was affiliated with this celebrity. Right?
Yeah.
And then he said when it was time for them to pay him, guess what they did? They got him deported. They didn't want to pay him.
Exactly.
He had to go back to his home country with nothing and start all over again.
Exactly.
I hope one day he gets the opportunity to share his story. But I doubt, because now he's back home. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. He made these people a lot of money. The wigs were ranging. They started at 5K and above, 5,000 for one wig. And he manufactured them from scratch. And they didn't want to pay him. Instead of paying him, they deported him.
Exactly. So do you want that? I don't have any problem with brothers. Come here, come in the right way, so that you can be defended by the same law.
Yes.
Because if someone does that to you, you can go and have a case, proper case.
You can go to the South African courts.
Yes, you can.
It does state even in the Constitution that nobody has a right to abuse anybody's rights. As long as you're here in the country legally, the law will fight for you.
Because you are subjected to the same law as us.
Yes. So it becomes a problem now when you
these people that are protecting protecting our brothers and sisters who come here illegally.
The brothers and sisters.
They are not protecting them. It's all about money for them.
Yes, and they're protecting.
And they're making a lot of money.
They are protecting the people who are exploiting them.
Yes.
The people who've got businesses that have hired people like this that are illegal and illegal. They are protecting them. They're not protecting the illegal people per se.
That's why having to ask yourself, these people can just wake up and say, we are going to Constitutional Court.
Yes, they do that randomly.
Where do they get that money?
Where do they get that money? Right?
And they can appeal after appeal after appeal. Whenever you don't ask yourself, where do they get the money? They have sponsors, proper sponsors. Some of them, they're talking about like close to $200,000 or something like that. They are protected by the it's like
and for me, the power came in, or the element of power came in when I saw them making a whole judge rule a judgment to say that the Constitution saying everyone who lives in it, and taking that and making it a broad thing and disregarding immigration acts.
That is power right there.
That is power.
That is power right there.
That is power. That's an exercise of power right there, where a judge interprets the Constitution of South Africa like it's the Constitution of the world. Like the Constitution is not speaking to South Africans, but it's speaking to everyone in the world. That's where you see the power.
There's power right there. So we should ask ourselves, don't allow yourself to be used, man. I mean, even where I work, I don't allow such things. When I see what I'm being used here, I excuse myself. And when you are being used, normally they would ask you to volunteer. Yes.
Never. It doesn't matter how much you think you are not skilled. Do not give away your skills for
free.
Nothing.
Yes.
Even if you are just learning on the job, do not do that. I'm telling you, you're opening yourself up for exploitation. And once you are in, that's where they want you. You will never come out. The only way to come out is to quit.
Tell it as it is. There's a context to that, what you're saying. Yes. We see people saying SAIDs only, which is true. That is how it should be done. I think there's someone here who says, I'm from South Africa, I work abroad. You know what they ask from you? They, I think 22s, ne?
Yes.
I'm a South African working in foreign countries and paying taxes. When I travel, I was required to have health insurance.
Yes.
I do not expect to get treatment for free.
Yes.
I pay.
Yes, you pay everywhere else.
This is the context of why there are people in the public hospitals saying we need SAID only. Because in real, those people who came here illegal to work, they have medical aid and everything. Those professors I was telling you about, you will never see them go public hospital. Never. You can come across them, go on a private hospital, but not in a public hospital.
No. Once you see a person who's not affected by something fighting hard for it, you must just know that something is not right. It doesn't make sense for someone who's never had to use a public clinic and will never probably use a public clinic in the future, fighting for people to have access to free health care.
No.
What is really the fight about? What are they really fighting for is something that you should ask yourself. And if their information is publicly available, just be curious and look them up and see what businesses do they have.
It's always easy to find out these people, man. Even these so-called, what do you call the human
Rights Commission.
Human rights, these free organizations.
There's so many of them.
Many of them.
There's so many. There were ones who
Here's
were
the
fighting for the legal
$1 million
miners.
question.
Do you remember that one? The lawyer came out of nowhere and just started fighting while the police were trying to get the people out who were mining illegally, and they just pop out of nowhere.
Yes.
And you're like, what is this now? What is this organization
Who's
now?
funding them? Who's got this money to fund them to actually go and what interest does
and
that
the
person
weird
have?
thing about them, they align themselves to South African human rights. But then when South Africans are victims of heinous crimes, they're nowhere to be found. It's all silent. It's like they don't even exist. I've never seen them fight for a South African who was victimized. Have you? I can't. I don't recall. Like I've there would be shocking things that happen, like the poisoning of the children in the townships that happened a year ago. They were silent.
No, they'll be silent about that. You talk about your girls getting lost, they'll be silent about that.
It was very silent. And then like human rights.
But they are human rights.
Maybe it's more international rights. I'm not sure.
No, guys, but there's a lot. Tell it as it is. I see. You can call so that you can have a proper conversation, because it's difficult to read your stuff. Emela, are you done?
I'm done. Oh, before I close, the Madlanga Commission will be starting on Wednesday. And the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry satisfied with the payment amounts for the investigators and evidence leaders totaling to more than 64 million rands over 6 months.
You see, that's exactly what we're fighting for. We are coming from the paying tax.
News.
And here is our tax also going. Useless. Useless. This thing is useless.
Findings that will not be binding.
Very useless.
64 million over 6 months.
Useless. You know, what pains me is that if these people can just give me my tax back, I think I can do more. I can even hire someone.
Hey guys, we have too many problems in South Africa. Hey guys, this is better spent at a criminal case. They were crying, sneezing, saying that the defense were getting paid over 6 million in the Senzomewa case. 64 million over 6 months. Mayeni to the criminal court case once and for all. Investigations being done, knowing that at the end of the day there will be a conviction at a criminal court. They did it with Jackie Silibi. Can't they do it this time around?
No.
But I don't think we need commissions anymore. Commissions,
we don't need them. Not anymore. We don't need them
They
forever.
are painful.
They failed during Mandela's time.
They are painful. You know, when I look back at TRC and how people were weeping and how people were just heartbroken, some of them, their missing loved ones were never found. To this day. Do you know, I found out from TikTok from this other content creator that Thembi Similane's sister, I think, she's still missing even today. She disappeared in I think it's the 80s. She was called for a meeting. It was during that violent time in our country.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so many years and not knowing where your loved one is.
But there was a commission.
It never amounted to anything to this day. So commissions for me, they don't work. Maguyene court, at least that court, everything will be revealed, nothing will be left, and even if it is left out, at least it's in a court. At the end, there's a promise of a conviction.
That's it. If everything goes well, Nakon.
If everything goes well.
But
I'd rather have these resources.
I'd rather
have these resources put there.
I don't trust anything.
Hi, Konai. It's going to be a long, long year.
So, guys, we're not attacking each other, but we need to correct each other now and then so that we understand what needs to happen.
I know it needs to be fixed. Otherwise, I have to fix
special leave. It's no longer a special leave. Someone saying, "Hi, please explain to us here special leave to suspension. What is at play?" No. Remember, there was investigation that was continuing.
Yes.
That investigation, I think then it has then attributed to special leave. To suspension.
It was a special leave when they first told him to stay at home.
Yes.
That nothing will be taken away from him. His benefits will not be taken away from him while they conduct or continue with the investigations.
Yes.
Right? And he decided, no, I don't want to do that. Let's take it to court. I want to go back to work. What you're telling me by telling me to stay at home is illegal. So now it's a suspension. Before it wasn't a suspension. Yes. One would say,
so what is at play
it wasn't
here
a suspension.
Is let us give you what you are looking for.
Which was a suspension.
Because we have grounds.
Because he had questioned even in his court papers why he wasn't suspended. Why can't they just formalize it and call it a suspension? So they gave him what he wanted. They granted his wish. Now he is suspended. And this suspension this time around comes away with everything being taken. He's,
Yeah. So guys, see Megangan. I see there's no one. Yeah, right. It is I don't know why. I'm trying to tell it as it is. Those are people who were here. Mickey Palma. If I'm not sure if I called you proper. Laura, thank you. Crash, thank you. Uncle Nels, thank you. We appreciate you guys.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning
Tobani Tube, thank you. Sizwe 18, thank you. Membership. Jabu, thank you. Nikita, thank you. Mamzita, thank you. Mamfunega, thank you. Backyard Mechanic, thank you. Why are you striking on a public holiday? Backyard Mechanic.
What a question.
I might ask myself that question. But
and why are you making an announcement beforehand? I thought these things just happen out of nowhere. And we're like, oh my God, there's a strike.
No, I think we must applaud Kenya. You know, Kenya, they are becoming a force to reckon with when it comes to such things. They are strategic. They move properly. South Africa. Ngampela, why vele? Why vele? Public holiday. Abantu bazobe imvunulo yamaZulu.
And it's that holiday where people wear traditional attire.
Can you imagine?
And some people call it Bride Day too. Angas, guys, angas.
Why vele ngampela ngeholiday? Gang. Uyabona nje ukuthi nale mashi yakhona shothi bebengayifuni. Sekukwenza nje. Ngoba ngampela ngeholiday. How?
I was kind of shocked. It's like Mara.
Man, ngeholiday yazi nami ngithulile ngayicabanga lento nje. Iholiday kanjani ngampela iholiday nje asistable lutho. This is the problem we have in South Africa. Ntokozo Mperuti is trying to call. Please call Ntokozo.
I'm a business value holiday.
Please call. Please call. The number is 071. And guys, the account for those who would like to assist, and it's really up to you guys. The account is there. I've put it there on the scrolling bar because it happens. We don't want to talk much about it, Emily, right? Just say the account is there. If Mzansi, hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yes. Share your opinion.
Yes. I just want to cover everything that's happening in South Africa. It pains a lot because in 1976,
Yes.
I was in SAPS. 1974, I was on a research. It was my research year.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a national youth organization.
Yes.
And many people that are in ANC, it's not so many actually, were in that organization. Your Balagambet and others that are not in Parliament. South African government now has so divided the people of South Africa, because youth is the answer. Those are the people that should be standing up now. But now the problem is, with us, the National Youth Organization, we were so united because we had one enemy that was fighting us. Now everybody wants to come up to it's our march. This is EFF march. This is ANC march. This is what march. This thing, former parties, so many parties. Now you're voting. This Chinese So they know that the youth is weak. Even if there were no drugs, even if drugs were not the issue, they can't come together and fight. That's just the problem now.
Yeah.
You can you imagine in South Africa if we had, let's say, ANC and the DA only? We wouldn't be where we are. And this is two parties, 2, 3, 4 parties have almost the same ideology. Now, why must you and must have your party and Emily has I have mine, everybody, you know. So that's just the problem. They know no one is going to fight. No one. Youth is the answer. And I don't know which youth in my
youth just attacked Mkonas. There's a guy here who was attacking him, telling me about the youth. You see, the problem is that those people you are talking about, they are also emptying their stomach, positioning themselves for the next crumbs. That's a problem.
And they don't understand that what they have is crumbs.
Yes.
And they're fighting over crumbs.
Now the youth now is some of the youth is being escorted now. So how are you going to fight if you are being escorted? Because you are going to lose those blue lights too.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. We're not going anywhere in South Africa because youth is the answer in South Africa. And you say 80 years, no one's going to fight. They proudly said, we know that there's not going to be a coup. No one is against us right now in South Africa.
Yes.
Fine.
Yes.
Fine. Everyone is saying ANC must move out. Who do we vote?
Wait, right now I cannot be saying that, but all I'm saying is that icon, somewhere, somehow. Honestly speaking, I'm at that stage, Yoguti. If you are youth and you are defending a certain party, I'm not going to say names, I start thinking properly, good Mara. This one is just emptying his stomach, waiting for the next meal.
Then you hear those abanye bathi, I'm not into politics. Niyabaz. I'm not into politics.
It's so bad. We 1974, we planned 1976. And it wasn't about so much about Africans only, but it was about everything that was happening in South Africa. You know, and then we agreed. We had an agreement that Soweto was going to be the battleground.
You see, just to Disciplinary, I don't think youth, the way you guys did it, will ever work now. And it was planned, designed like that. I think, to be honest, the only thing and the only hope that we have is to wake up one day and hear that there was a proper planned coup. And that's the only thing that can really help us. My thinking, that's my thinking. Good. Other than that, I don't see.
I think also I was traumatized by Fees Must Fall and the aftermath of what happened afterwards.
Hey, people sold out there. I got we were there. People sold out there.
I was like, wow. So many of them sold out. So many.
Yes, definitely. That's why I say it pains me because they are the answer in South Africa, but that's not going to happen. Okay, guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. And for also sharing that experience of back in the day, because we actually had forgotten that for us to get to where we are.
The problem is
it was the
problem is that, guys, if we are still thinking at the level that we are thinking at, we will never beat the enemy. We'll never beat the enemy. Everything that is happening here,
I don't think we understand,
was planned long time ago. Yeah. Even during the time when people were fighting, the so-called fighting for liberation,
they were funding up and up.
The plan was already in motion. Mzansi, hello.
Serious.
Sikhona njani baba?
Ngiyaphila. First time call. Ngizobume anonymous njenganawe. Yabona eyangithinta le topic ngoba nami isebenzisa khona esibhedlela. So uyabona into eyenzeka la kwi-government ayishungu ngifuna amanga ayishungu umsebenzi khona but ngine-medical aid ngoba ngiyabona ukuthi kukho right ukuthi phela umuntu ungekakhuluma into eziningi kahle nje so ikhulu into eyenzeka la. So mesibona nama-organizations angenelelayo manje ukuzama ukulungisa lento lena iyaba khona le hope ukuthi umphakathi uzogcina usizakala because kubuhlungu ayikho into ekhona ayikho into esebenzayo. It's bad, it's really bad. Ngibonge nje ngibona wami.
Siyabonga. Do you hear that, guys? Do you hear that?
Siyabonga kakhulu. Sizoyivala lapho nje. Keep the calls coming, guys. If you can, that would be very interesting.
He's a healthcare worker and he's confirming that there's not even enough equipment. What is happening in our hospitals is too painful. So
masikhuluma ngale ndaba. Ningasilwisi bafethu. Ningasilwisi.
Right now the cup is running dry. We had, or maybe we were sold the idea that our cup was overflowing, but it's not. I think it was half, but now it's running dry.
It's okay. Let's hear other people what they have to say. Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello. Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm all right on my side.
Hey, Miss Emily.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
I'm okay. I'm good. Thank you for asking.
Thanks for taking my call, guys. I'm going to try to be quick, but I wanted to raise like a different point.
Okay.
This is an argument I've had with my friends here since I live overseas also.
Yeah.
I was telling them that one of the issues that we have in South Africa is how our political system is set up. We have something in South Africa called a political party mandate. Which means those leaders, the mayor, the premier, the judge, everybody you see there has a political party mandate. They are not there representing the people or the citizens of South Africa, but they are like following the mandate of their comrades and their leaders. So why do I say that? I live in a country where the mayor is of a political party, but he's not voted based off that political party. They are voted because of what they stand for. If we break it down, if Johannesburg just had a new mayor, the guy popped out of nowhere, he's a new mayor, everybody congratulates him. But do the community of Johannesburg know what this guy stands for?
No.
Is he telling the people of Johannesburg, these are the issues in Johannesburg, and this is what I stand for, and I'm going to fix this, I'm going to fix this? No, because he was never voted by people of Johannesburg. He was voted by his comrades, and so that is who he represents. So I feel as long as we have a political system that works like the way we are given leaders, there will never be any accountability or nothing. Because imagine where I live, the judge, so in Johannesburg, the judge there gets voted by the people of Johannesburg. The prosecutor gets voted by the people of Johannesburg, which means if we have complaints about the crime, we know who to punish on the next election.
Yes.
If there are less convictions, we know who is the judge that is not convicting these criminals in our community.
Yeah.
So I feel as long as we have a political system where there's a political mandate and then we are given the rest of the leaders, we will never go nowhere in the country. I don't care how much we cry and say whatever. We need to change that political system. Like the station commander, we don't even know if the guy even know the stakes of the crime in the area. But he can just be appointed the station commander the next day and stay there with the rest of his life. He don't care. He's getting his pension. He's getting his raises every year. Some of them even got security now. But if we voted for him, like here they call him the sheriff. The sheriff gets voted by people.
Wow.
In the time, guess who gets punished the next election is the sheriff. Guess who his opposition is? The same police in the same police department are going to come out and tell the public, this is the issues we have in this community, and the sheriff is not doing nothing about it. He's going to act or he's going to lose the next election. It's up to him.
No, I think that system needs to come, hey? Because this current one is not working. It's
definitely not working. And there's no accountability because we cannot expect the president to punish his comrade. But if his comrade knows that he was elected by the community, we're not going to vote for him next election. He's going to act because I'm going to lose the power next time. You want to stay in power, you're going to give the community what they ask for. Or you're going to serve your comrade, you lose the next election. It's simple.
No.
It's simple. So I think South Africans need maybe to look at that. And last two options I'm not going to talk about. South Africans also need to look at the unions because there's a huge problem with the unions. I'm just going to leave it there and let somebody else take a chance. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna say a lie, right? Okay.
They were fighting. And
he was on point. They know he was on point. And then when they don't want the public to start paying attention to the unions really helping us. You know. And that's why they fought him so hard. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Thank you.
Remember, I was contemplating talking about it, and then I thought, I'm gonna get so much backlash. People still believe in unions.
I don't like them.
People still believe in them. I'm like, guys. I was like, no, I'll sit this one out. But yes, Mkwanazi had shared sentiments about unions that, you know what, they are probably the reason why there's so much unemployment in the country, and they didn't agree with him at all. They were fighting, doing interviews.
You see, the very same submission that he made in terms of the political party and the leaders that we vote for.
Yeah.
If we were to vote like that, it's the same way. You know, once you go as a group and then one person, you rely on one person to actually execute everything for you, then we are screwed. Because it's easy to buy one person than the whole community. It's easy.
Yeah.
Straightforward thing. And that's a problem that people have. Most of them, they lose jobs because of that.
Yes, and they're accused. There's charges now that come. Remember that guy who was speaking about how when he was reporting corruption in the SAPS, they ended up saying that he's the one who's corrupt.
Exactly. And this, you pay for your downfall. It's like a taxi industry. You pay for your head. One day. That's how I think of them, in my opinion. And no one can convince me otherwise that these people are... Why can't you fight for yourself? Why don't you trust yourself that you'll be able to execute what you need to do when the time is right? Why should you go through the whole group of unions that eventually affiliates themselves with some of the parties here? How are they going to advocate for you? Let's say you work for government.
I don't know. I've also not been a believer. I saw a lot of things.
That's why people
wrong.
will be saying, I'm in charge. What is that?
Ngasuka sivale.
Asivale.
Mina angisathandi ngifuna abantu bami babe noxolo. I'm tired of the comment section looking like we are in a parliament. Please.
I'm in charge. Guys, if you don't know, you don't know. It's okay.
I'm
Press
tired.
the like button.
I'm done.
Hey, we appreciate you guys, all of you. Thank you for the comments.
I've decided to make a decision to leave those news alone. And even he tweeted something very controversial. But we're leaving him alone. We're leaving you guys alone. Carry on.
I'm in charge. It's a bye from me. Thank you. Press the like button if you can. If you haven't forgiven what we said, wait a bit, calm down, come back later. Press the like button. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.